Great. Okay, great. Let me just tell my kids that they need to. Girls, I'm starting now, so no sound, please. Okay? I don't want to have to come and shout at you guys halfway through my class, okay? Thank you. All right, let's start. In my favorite pose, let's start with child's pose. If you have already a bolster ready, you can use a bolster if you want. And then just take your time, because I know we've not been like very consistent with our practice, so you may feel a little bit tighter than usual. So again, just like use this class to kind of just get your body to start moving again. If you have a bolster, you can place it underneath your belly, just like me, and then just have your knees apart, big toes touching. Try to sit down towards the heels before you come forward, and then you can rest your head on either side. And for your arms, depending on how your shoulder feels, you can have them just in front of you, or they can be reaching back, palms facing up, whatever makes you feel comfortable. We're just going to be here for a couple of moments. You can like use this pose to just kind of bring some feelings back to all these different parts of the body. Parts that you may have like ignored or overlooked. With the breath, relax the spine down towards the bolster. If you do not have a bolster, you can just do the same thing with your head, the forehead on the floor. It's a little bit deeper if you don't have the bolster. And then you just try to relax your chest down towards the mat. No tension on the shoulders. Every inhalation, you try to extend your tailbone down towards the heels and extend the top of the head towards the front of the room. Every exhalation, you work on sinking the body down towards the floor. Five more deep breaths here. And then slowly just deepen the breath a little bit more. So making it a little bit longer, filling your lungs. And then as you breathe in, you want to feel your rib cage expanding out towards the side as much as you can. And then you exhale, you're going to relax everything down towards the mat. Inhaling again, expanding the rib cage out towards either side. Long exhalation, relaxing the chest down towards the floor. And you're going to slowly come up. You can take your bolster away. You're going to come onto your palms and your knees. Have your hands underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance wide. You're just going to move your spine through a couple of cat and cow pose. So arching the back and then rounding the spine as much as you can, pushing your spine all the way up towards the ceiling, stretching the shoulder blades away from each other. Go slow at your own pace. Reaching the tailbone up to the ceiling, belly stretching downwards, and exhale, tucking your chin, pushing shoulders away from each other, scooping the tailbone in. 2 more times. Moving your neck slowly as well, following the flow of the spine. And you're gonna come back towards the center. Drop the left shoulder on the floor, thread the left arm through, place the head on the floor. You can stay here for a very gentle twist, or if you like to go a little bit deeper, you're gonna push against the right palm on the floor. You're gonna turn to gaze towards the ceiling. Try to see if you can reach your right arm up as well towards the ceiling. Good, and then you're gonna reach the palm around the back and see if you can place the back of your hand on your left thumb, or you can kind of creep your hand in towards that left inner thigh. Use that as a shoulder opener. Great, you're gonna relax and come back to the center. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Take the right arm through, head on the floor. Just going gradually. Start with a gentle twist, and then once you feel like your body is open enough, you can give it a little bit more by pushing the left palm on the floor and then following with your eyes to look up. And you can stay here or go a little bit deeper by reaching your left arm up towards the sky. Just think about your chest. You want to open that up towards the side of the room as much as you can. And then turning the hand, the back of your hand on the right thumb, or walking the hands in towards that right inner thigh. Grab onto the inner thigh, so that will give you leverage, and you can open up that left shoulder a bit more. And then you're gonna release that, coming back towards the center. Just neutralize your spine again, sitting back towards child's pose. This time a little bit more active child's pose, which means that you're kind of sitting down towards the heels a bit more with your hands kind of walking forward, walking in front. So you're stretching the spine a little bit more actively. Great, coming back up, inhaling. Exhale, tuck your toes under as far as you can, as much as you can. And then you're just gonna sit your weight towards the heels. You can stay here if your knees are gonna feel sore, or this is already enough pressure on your toes. If you're not used to this, this might be quite, interesting. If you feel okay, you can come up a little bit more, and then you're gonna push the weight down towards the heels now. You guys can come here. You can come here. Use the mat. Yeah, it's too hard on your knees. Yeah, use the mat. Someone's picture sitting the weight here onto the heel. You use here. Go here for you. Like that. Okay. Stay here for a moment. You're gonna interlace your fingers. Reach forward. You're gonna round your back first and push the back towards the back of the room. Create that C shape. And then you're gonna come back towards the neutral spine. Keep it straight. And then you're gonna slowly reach your arms up. Just as far as you can go without popping the chest forward. Just keeping the rib cage down so your spine is still in neutral position. Great, and then you're gonna release, hands down. Then you're gonna sit down on the mat. Legs in front of you. Just have them slightly apart, and you're gonna softly bend your knees. And then you're gonna reach forward as much as you can with your fingertips on the mat. And you can try the different spine position. For one, you can tuck your chin in and round your back a little bit so you feel more stretch on your upper spine, your thoracic. And then if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper, then you can try to straighten your spine. As soon as you straighten your spine, you're going to feel your stretch moves towards your hamstrings. So it depends on where you feel tighter, you can adjust it. So back straight, you're going to feel your hamstrings. Back rounded, you're going to feel more on your shoulder blades, your upper back. Or you can do both, you know, if you're tight everywhere. I like doing both. You're going to try to stay still. Keep your legs a little bit closer. Legs closer. Good. Stay there. 10 more deep breaths here. Great. And you're going to release that. Come up. Shake your legs out first. And then you're going to bring that right foot in. Place your foot onto the inner thigh. And then you're going to walk your hands forward. Soften the back a little bit so you're not using too. Okay, bye. She's going to go and play now. And then you're going to walk your right hand in front as much as you can. This is level 1. If you feel like you can go a little bit deeper than that, you can walk your right hand over towards the outside of your left foot. So you're going across that foot, you're reaching across, and that will give you more stretch along this upper back, lats, even maybe all the way down towards the side of your waist. And then if this is feeling great for you, then you can hold on to the outside edge of that left foot. And then you're gonna gentle twist using kind of like imagining your heart center is like a light. You're gonna shine that light towards that left side of the room. If adding the twist is too strong, you can just do the forward bend as is. But anyway, you would feel that left hamstring, maybe mostly towards the back of the knee, maybe middle of your hamstring. And we're just gonna hold here for 10 deep breaths. Always try to keep the shoulders away from the ear so you're not putting any necessary stress on the neck muscles. Great, and then you're gonna release. You're gonna bring that right foot forward, shake it out a little bit, and we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So left foot in towards the inner thigh. You're gonna walk your hands forward, soften that right knee so you're not hyperextending the knee. And then you're gonna point your toes towards your face. Yes. As soon as you do that, you're gonna be like, ooh. Yeah, and then the heel moving forward, the toes moving back. And walk that left hand over towards the outside of that right foot. You can stay here or you can grab on to the outside edge. And then do a gentle twist as you do a forward bend. So everything here works in oppositional kind of direction. So it's always something is pushing while you're pulling something else. This time you're pushing the heel forward as you're pulling with your arm. Couple more deep breaths here. Great, and you're gonna come up, release that, shake your legs out. And then now this time you're gonna bring your feet in into the butterfly so your soles are together. I just turn to face you guys. I just realized that actually my screen is super dark, but I think you guys can still see me, right? Okay, great. So if you have tight hips, you may be sitting back and rounding your back a lot, so you can use a block or kind of fold the towels to place it underneath your bum. So that would help to encourage the pelvis to tilt forward. This will also help to allow the body to come forward, okay? So again, you're gonna imagine this area is like a triangle, like so. And right now it's kind of pointing up. I want you to imagine kind of tilting the pelvis forward so that it's pointing down towards the mat as much as you can. As soon as you do that, you should feel that inner thigh quite tight. Yes, correct. So we're all women here, right? Just to make sure. And the pink profile picture is also women? Okay. All right, great. So your you know, your, how do I say this? Your crotch area. It's pointed down towards the mat. Okay, and then you're gonna try to push your knees down towards the floor. Great. Just like actively pushing without your hands first. Push your knees down towards the floor. And then you're gonna open up the soles of the feet as if you're opening up kind of like a magazine. So opening up a book. So you wanna have the soles almost kind of facing you, okay? So then that would also help to encourage the knees to go down more and the pelvis to tilt more. Now you're gonna use the elbows to help you by squeezing the elbows in towards yourself. So you're squeezing it towards the rib cage. You're gonna come forward with your chest slowly. Once you hit that sort of sweet spot, if you find it, then your elbow should be fairly close to that inner thigh. Use your elbows to help you encourage the inner thigh to also push down with your knees. Great. Now move the shoulders away from the ears and then keep reaching the heart forward. So your goal here is to reach your sternum, your chest, all the way down to touch your toes. Oh yeah. That's just the goal. You don't have to touch today. It's something to work towards. Some people are like born like super flexible and they won't really feel much in this one. But we're blessed with strong muscles, so we'll feel everything. Great. Just holding here. Make sure you're breathing through all these stretches and you're breathing slow and deep. As soon as you start focusing on the rhythm of your breath, it kind of takes away that uncomfortable feeling of the stretch. And you feel that your body starts to loosen up and you're going to be able to move down a little bit more. think Donna is like kissing the floor. She's all the way down. Oh, okay, we're gonna come back up slowly. Great. Now, without moving your legs, this time we're gonna curl the spine as much as we can. So you're gonna tuck your chin and you're gonna push the belly in towards the back of the spine. You're gonna round the upper back, round your lower back. And this time with the chin tucked in, your elbows are still pressing down and you're gonna touch the forehead down towards your toes. Great, and slowly come up. Last one in the crotch series. We're gonna open up the legs. Open them up. You can shake it out first. Okay, so just open up as wide as you feel comfortable. Again, if you're having the same problem of the pelvis kind of sitting back and you're not able to tilt it forward, just use something to prop up your bum and that will help. And you can also do my little hand trick where you kind of pull your cheeks away from each other, and that would also allow your sit bones to spread a little bit wider, and that will also help you to come forward more. Good. And you're gonna slowly, if you have a bolster, you can also use one. This one, we're gonna be staying in a little bit longer. If you have a bolster and a block, I'll turn it to the side. I like to set it up so that it's almost like a little support for me as I come forward. And then you can, as you loosen up, you can lower the bolster close towards the mat. So this one, we're gonna try to come forward with your spine straight. If you don't have a bolster, that's okay. You're just gonna use your hand as support, and then you're just gonna move slowly. Soft knees, so make sure that you're not pushing the back of your knees down to the mat. You're just kind of keeping it in neutral. Try to keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And as you loosen up a little bit, you're going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit closer towards the mat. One more minute here. You guys are doing really well. And slowly come out of this pose. Take your time, take your prop away, and support yourself back up. Soften the knees, bring them back in, and shake them out a little bit. So we did a lot of back of the legs. Now we're going to do the front of the leg. So you're going to bend your left knee back and have your kind of roll the calf muscles away a little bit so you have more room for your knee to bend. And then you're going to take time to set this up. So for me, I like to just to make sure that both of my thumbs are like kind of on the floor equally as balanced. So I'm going to take the hands off and make sure that I'm not leaning off to one side. If I am leaning off to one side, then you're going to take a small towel or a block and you're going to place it underneath the right thumb. So you're going to compensate that imbalance with a little bit of a prop. Okay. So now once you have that, you're going to slowly walk your hands back. And then you can just take your time. You can start to open up the shoulders and your chest. This is a good chest opening. And if this feels okay for your knees, you're going to lower your elbows down towards the mat. So go as deep as you can go. You should feel the stretch on the left thigh. Stretching your quads a little bit. If you can, you go all the way down and you can lie on the mat. I'm going to stay here for about 1 minute and a half. Breathe through the stretch. Now for this one, you just want to feel the left quads stretching and be all the way down towards the mat. You might also feel kind of your hip flexor up long in front of your pelvis. The stretch is going to be kind of a longer stretch and a deeper stretch as you become more flat. Should be no pain coming out of the knee and no pain on the ankle. And you're going to slowly come out, supporting yourself with your elbows first, and then your hands, and coming back up. You're going to bring leg forward and shake it out. Great, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the right knee bend, roll the calf muscle out of the way. You're going to just try to keep that right heel as close to your bum as possible. So it's just kind of right next to it. And then take your time, make sure that you're balanced, and then you can go back. If going straight back is a little bit too much, you can just go back with one arm and just kind of lean to the side. So you're still feeling the stretch, but it's not as intense. Because if you go straight back, you're going to immediately feel it a lot deeper. And then take your time to deepen the pose as you wish. And you want to feel and kind of just pay attention if there's any imbalances in the body, whether one side is much tighter than the other, or one hip is always higher than the other one. few more deep breaths. With control, you're just gonna slowly support yourself back up. Take as long as you need to get out of the pose. And then sweeping the leg back in front. Shaking them out. Great. And I'm gonna line them back. Hugging the knees towards yourself. Keeping your neck neutral. And you're just gonna circle. Move your knees in a circular motion. Do a couple of circles. And then you're gonna do the other way around. Couple of circles. And you're gonna keep your right knee bent. You're gonna drop that left foot down towards the floor. Interlock the fingers, or you can just hold on to your wrist here. You're just gonna shift your knee out to the side, sort of getting out of the way of the rib cage. And you're just gonna hug that knee towards yourself. And this one here is a little bit more passive stretch. So you're using mostly just kind of like your arm's weight to bring the knee close towards the shoulder. And then for the left leg, that's on the mat, you kind of just keep it on the floor. You don't have to push your heel or anything like that. You can just let it be. And then you're gonna grab onto the sole of the right foot, interlace the fingers, and you're gonna keep the sole pointing up to the ceiling so that your right thigh and the right knee is slowly starting to come towards the floor a bit more. So you're gonna reach the knee down towards the mat. And at this point, that left hip is gonna wanna pop up. You're just gonna try to keep your hips more in a neutral position. So you're not compensating by lifting the left hip up to allow your right knee to come down more. And keeping the left hip down. Great, and then you're gonna bring that left leg up. Place the right foot, the ankle on the left thigh. Create the triangle with your right knee. And then you're gonna take the right arm through the triangle and interlace the fingers on your left shin, making sure that your chin is neutral again. So make sure that your neck, you're not looking back, you're just looking straight up to the ceiling. You're going to bring your knee close towards you. A little bit passive for this one as well. Just mostly using the weight of your arms. And you're going to release your fingers. You're going to continue to cross that right leg over a little bit more. And you're going to just stack your knees on top of each other. And then you're going to grab onto the outside edge of your feet. And then you can stay here if you already feel a stretch. You should feel it on the outside of the right hip. So almost like the glutes. Or you can go down a little bit deeper by pulling your knees close towards the heart center. Then you will feel both legs, outer edge, glutes down to the side. Pretty intense one, this one, so we won't stay too long. But we never stretch our glutes enough, even though we use it so much on a daily basis. And then you're going to soften your legs and release that. Uncross your legs. Drop your legs down to the butterfly just to rest for a couple of breaths. Soles together, knees apart, palms facing up. Resting here for a little bit. And then we can do the same sequence on the other side. So first thing, we're going to close your knees. You're going to bring the knees in and draw some circles. And then you're going to relax the right leg down. First one is the wind removing one. So just keeping the knee bent. You're going to drop the knee towards that left shoulder. And then you're gonna switch position so that the sole of the left foot is facing up. Interlace a finger on that left sole, and then you're gonna bring the knee down. And now I'm gonna move your foot on top of the right thigh. Create the triangle. Take the left arm through. Interlace a finger on the shin. And bring the knee down towards yourself. And for the last position, you're gonna continue to cross that left foot over, stacking your knees on top of each other and grabbing onto the outside edge of the feet, and pulling your legs towards you. And then you're gonna release and cross your legs, drop it down to butterfly, One more time. And then you're going to close your knees. Take your time. Bring your knees in. Super big hug. And then we're going to move into your choice. Either go straight into Savasana, or you can do your final relaxation in a supported butterfly. So if you choose to do Savasana, just your legs apart, palms facing up, just kind of like wiggle yourself a little bit and make sure you're completely relaxed and on the mat. And then you can cover your eyes with a blanket or your shoulders with a blanket. If you choose to do the supported butterfly, you can have the 2 blocks underneath your knees. If you have no bolster, then you can just do it this way with the 2 blocks underneath your knees and then lie all the way down on the mat. Or you can also use your bolster plus the blocks. The end of the bolster supporting the sacrum area. And then you just lie along the bolster. And you want the rest of the body, so the shoulders, your arms, to be just kind of like draping over the bolster. And then once you've found a comfortable spot, cover the shoulders or the belly or your eyes. And then you can close your eyes. Slowly wiggle the fingers and your toes. Turning wrists and your ankles. Take your time. If you're in the butterfly, just take your time. Use your hands to close your knees together. Take the blocks away. You can roll to the side. And slowly come back up. Someone's asleep. I think someone fell asleep. Let's do one namaste together to finish our practice this evening. We'll just bring your hands together, thumbs to the center of the heart. Thank you so much for joining my class tonight. This is definitely a special one. Thank you so much for your amazing energy. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice.
Did you almost fall asleep?
I am almost. When I realized, thank you. Okay, we are at the
I was like, I think someone's asleep. Wow. Someone's got an amazing pool in the back.
It's Donna.
I
Yeah.
think one day we should do something.
What a perfect space. Yeah, perfect space to do yoga. So nice and calming. You can hear the water.
Yeah, I hear the water just
Yeah.
slashing around behind me.
It's nice. That's definitely very calming.
Yeah.
When your eyes are closed and like you're not thinking about anything and just hearing that sound, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It
Well,
was.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Have a great summer. Lovely.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys at the gym.
Yes.
We'll do this
Meet
again.
you guys in person.
Will your classes start at the gym in person at some point?
Well, that's something that we always kind of talked about. You know, that's a possibility, but you know, we'll see what the government says, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if we're able to fully open up, then yeah, we'll see what the demands are, and then you know, I can talk to Andrea a little bit. You know, we'll see. Yeah, but I'm definitely open. Like I love to teach you guys in person. I love like kind of hands-on adjustments because a lot of times the verbal cues get a little bit confusing, left or right, forward, back, you know. So like for me to actually touch you and move you in that position is much better.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, this is good. You know, this is good considering our, you know, situation.
Absolutely. We still get to
Yeah.
do it. So that's
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't hear me snoring. Last night.
Thank God you're muted. Well, thanks, ladies. That was really nice.
Yeah, thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a
Thanks,
great
Milla.
summer. Have a great summer, and then we'll see each other soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.